Alright, welcome to this section. We are going to talk about Visual Studio Code. So in this video, I am going to cover an overview of everything we are learning in this section. In my last video, I already covered the topic of Firefox Developer Edition, and I already told you the overview of Firefox Developer Edition, and also I already show you how you can download and install this software, and after that I told you the features of the software, then developer tools, and after that summary. And in this section I will tell you everything about Visual Studio Code. Firstly, I wanna start from overview, then download and install, then I will tell you open a project, then version control with GitHub, after that collaborate with Teletype, after that install a package, choose a theme, after that customize the styling, hack on the trend script, add a snippet, keyboard shortcut, and in last in summary. So the very first thing I'm going to show you that how to download and install this application. That's I'm showing you right here, which is a Visual Studio Code, a text editor for the 21st century. This is a great text editor and it's also completely free, and that's why I'm going to show you how to download and install it in my current video. Okay, now other thing we are going to do in my upcoming videos is we are going to get to know Visual Studio Code. So I will show you how to open a project. We will talk about version control, GitHub, with collaborate in real time with Teletypes, and also I will show you how you can use this application. So let you know what is Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code is a text editor we are going to be using through the course. Now I want to give you a full disclaimer before we forward with this. You are free to use whatever kind of text editor you want, but I am going to recommend using Visual Studio Code for a couple of reasons. One, it's free, and two, it's what I am going to using throughout the course. So if I use shortcuts or do certain tasks, they are only applicable in Visual Studio Code. So if you are using Atom or Sublime Text Editor, it may not translate in terms of shortcuts and that kind of things, and you may lose your place, which is okay. But I recommend just following along and using the software I'm using just so that you get familiar with it. And if you want to try a different text editor after this course, then you can do that. So you are free to use whatever text editor you want. Same with the browser. You can use Firefox, Chrome, and any kind of web browser you want. But again, I'm using Firefox Developer Edition because it's aimed toward developers, hence the name. And I'm using Visual Studio Code because Visual Studio Code is a developer-friendly text editor and it's for beginner to advanced developers. Okay, so let's go to the browser. Here, go to google.com and hit enter. After opening, you have to just type Visual Studio Code, and after typing, just hit enter. And then I'm going for code.visualstudio.com. Just click on it, and now I'm going to click on download Mac Universal. But before I do, I just want to talk about one more thing. So guys, if you are on Windows machine, this is going to say Windows and then your version. So if you have Windows 10, it will say Windows 10. If it's Windows 7, it will say Windows 7. It will automatically detect what kind of operating system you are using to give you a correct file. Okay, so let's click on download. There we go. Thanks for downloading VS Code for Mac. Now I'm going to save this file here, and again if you are using Windows, it's going to save you an executable file which is similar to looking at .dmg file. Just click on OK, and there we go. This is just for use as a file. The zip file is used on Mac and PC. So once this downloads, which it's going to be few more seconds here, then we will open up the download folder, and you can do that on Mac and Windows. We can double click on the zip file to extract that file. Here you can see your zip file is downloaded. Just click on Finder, and here your zip file. You have to double click on this file to extract it. And once we extract that file, we are going to install it. So I'm going to double click on this file. It's now verifying your application, Visual Studio Code. Okay, and that should allow me to open the application. Now it's asking for permission to open it. Just click on open, and there we go. Your application is ready to use. And after doing that, you have to another thing, which is that When you extract your zip file, there is an application inside it. You have to just drag and drop in your application folder. Here you can drag and drop this file in application folder. Just drag and drop it to application. Here it's asking for keep both, stop and replace. It's asking for because I'm already drag and drop this file in application, so I'm stop. That's way it will save it, because if you don't do that and you close it out, go to the download folder, every single time you have to open it, and on PC once installed in the program folder, you are good to go. If you are in Windows machine, then you have to right click on your icon and find the Visual Studio Code and put in the taskbar. But if you are in Mac, you have to go in launcher, or you can find it here, Visual Studio Code. And the second method is you have to press command plus space, and here you can type Visual Studio Code and just hit enter. And here you can see your application is ready to use. Alright, welcome back. So now I am going to show you how you can open a project in Visual Studio Code. Okay, you have to go your Finder where you can save your file. Okay, so if I right click on my project and open with, here you can see Visual Studio Code by default. And there is another method for this, which is to go to file, and here you can open, and here you can see your all projects are shown. If you want to open any project, just double click on it. Like here I'm just opening HDefine.c, open, and there we go, your file or project is open. And in Visual Studio Code you can open an individual file or a whole folder as a project. If you want to open any single folder in which your all projects are saved, again you have to click on file and open folder, and here you can see your all folders. If you want to open any folder, just click on it and hit enter. But I'm already open a lot of folders here. Now I'm showing you how to open a project folder. Just minimize it, and you also minimize your browser. And I'm currently in my desktop. I'm creating a folder here, new folder, and name just as a sample, and hit enter. Again you have to open your Visual Studio Code and go for file, open folder, and go for where you can store your folder. I'm on desktop. Here you can see my folder sample. Choose it and click on open. And now it's asking for your trust authors. Just click on yes, I trust the authors. And here you can see your folder is open in your Visual Studio Code. Here you can see sample, but there is nothing in it. It's empty folder. If you want to create any file inside it, you have to choose this option, new file, and name of new file like a sample1.c, and hit enter. And here you can type your code. And after writing your code, you have to save it, file, and save. And if you go into your folder on desktop, open it, and here you can see your sample file is here, which I have created in my Visual Studio Code, sample.c. Your all files are displayed here. Now we are learning about how to open a project. Okay, I'm going to show you how to close a project. If again you go for your Visual Studio Code, if you want to close this folder, you have to again go to file, and here you can see close folder. If you click on it, your folder is closed. Okay, now I'm back to where I started. Now I'm going to my desktop, and here is the folder which I created recently. I can delete this folder, delete, move to bin. Okay, I'm emptying my trash bin. Here empty trash, empty, so just that it's clean. Okay, that's how you can open a project in Visual Studio Code. And thanks for watching. Alright, welcome back. So in this video we are talking about the version control with Git and GitHub. Okay, so track changes to your code as you work, branch, commit, push and pull without leaving the comfort of your editor. Collaborate with other developers on GitHub. Okay, let's click on here, source control. Just click on it, and there are two options like initialize repository or publish on GitHub. If you want to publish any repository to GitHub, just click on it and choose which folder or file you want to upload on GitHub. Just choose that. And if you want to initialize any repository, just click on it, and here you can choose which repository you want to initialize in Visual Studio Code. Okay, that's for my video. And if you want to know more about GitHub or Gits and version control system, so what is it, and I will explain to you what version control is and what GitHub is. So version control is to think about Windows. Okay, for an example of Windows 7 and then Windows 10. Okay, so let's would be an example of version control system. Like Windows 7 was built a while year ago, probably 10 years ago, and Windows 10 was just built recently a couple of years ago. What they did is they took the existing version of Windows and built on top of it and added features. So they had a framework that we are working with, and it was Windows 7, and then Windows 10 came later. Okay, so version control in a system environment or a developer environment, basically web development environment, would be you to build your website 1.0, then you would come back a couple of weeks later and add to that. So it would be a 2.0 or could be 1.1. If you are fixing what you already built, let's say that you are patching something, then it would be a 1.1, and then came 1.2, 1.3, as soon as. The reason for version control and GitHub is so that you have a place to put your code on cloud away from your computer, so that it's something were to happen on your computer, you would still have your code. Okay, that's the idea behind getting the GitHub. And think of GitHub as a cloud-based storage for your code, and gets a way to tell your computer to push it to the cloud and pull it from your cloud. Okay, and so again, it's a way to track what you have been doing step by step. Or so when you make a changes to it, you have a step 1, then you make another changes, step 2, step 3, etc, etc. Okay, so you are able to track your code, and you can go back and make changes and that kind of thing. And so that's a way to organize your code. Alright, welcome back. So in this video we are going to talk about how you can collaborate in real time with LiveShare. So in VS Code there is another name for teletype is LiveShare. It is used for share your workspace with team members or collaborate on code in real time. Okay, so we should have to install LiveShare. If you want to read more about LiveShare, how you can use it, what is LiveShare and why LiveShare, find out more, you can see here. I will give you link in description. And if you want to read more about this LiveShare and how you can use it, like this LiveShare extension pack, if you want to use it, just go back to your Visual Studio Code and click on extensions here, and you have to search here LiveShare, LiveShare. So after typing LiveShare, just hit enter, and here you can see a lot of extensions related to LiveShare, but you have to find the extension which are from Microsoft. Like the first one, Microsoft, and here you can see Microsoft, and it's about 7.2 million downloads. If you want to use it, then you have to install this, and you can collaborate with your team members or classmates, but we are not going to be utilizing that as much. But I just want to explain you that what is it, because it's here and it's kind of an introduction to Visual Studio Code. So basically what it does, it think about like Google Docs. You can collaborate with other docs and they can edit your Word document in your Google Doc, right? So there is a way for developers you can able to collaborate in real time. And let's say that I read out the structure of web page, and then I want you to work on that structure of the web page till I can share it with you, and then you can look at my code and vice versa. Okay, so that's all about LiveShare with Visual Studio Code. It's a very cool feature and it's unique to Visual Studio Code especially. Okay, if you want to install this extension, just click on install, and it's installing now. After installing process of LiveShare is finished, so here you can see another option is here, LiveShare. Click on it, and if you want to share any files or folder, you can click on share. And if you want to join any other shareable project, just click on join. So guys, that's all about the LiveShare in Visual Studio Code. So thanks for watching.